Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today is my quarter one for 2019 planning and power sheets update. This is where I just give you an update on how I've been planning for quarter one, what things may have changed, and how my power sheets have been going for quarter one of this year. So right now while I'm recording this, we just ended quarter one. Today is April the 4th while I'm recording this. So quarter one has just barely wrapped up by like 4 days. If you follow me on Instagram, I feel like you already know most of this. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm going to go through it here like you're not on Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, I would love for you to join me there. That's where I check in every day. We really have a great community there. I give planning updates there all the time, and I would love to have you there. It's a great place to get to know you better. If you have watched my previous planning updates videos, you will know that I have pretty much been in my Erin Condren weekly and my Simplified daily for quite a while now, with just some little changes or tweaks. I do have a whole playlist here of all my planning updates. So if you're interested in going back and watching kind of what my planning's been through, you can definitely take a look at that. Today, we will not talk anything about these two planners or walk through them or any of the planners I'm going to show you, but I will link videos down below of full reviews of these planners. So if you're interested in them, I have full walkthrough review detailed videos, and those will be linked down in the description. I also have some $10 off your first order links down there for Simplified and Erin Condren. So quarter one started off with me still in Simplified Daily and Erin Condren Weekly. I will also link a video down below showing you guys where I explain how I use a daily and weekly together in conjunction, because many people have questions about that. So I made a specific video just for that, and that will be linked down in the description also. I keep a second cover in my Erin Condren, just a neutral one, which holds all my Post-it notes that I love to use. I cut the 2" by 1.5" into thirds, and then I can grab those and put those horizontally in one of my vertical spaces for things that I'm not sure are going to happen or things I want to move around. And the reason why I keep those on a second cover is so as I want to change this cover seasonally, I do not have to remove all these Post-its every time. So anytime I want to change this cover, I just take my mantra off, although I haven't changed it in quite a while. But if I want to, I just take my mantra off, then I'm set up, pop on my new cover, and all my Post-its are still in here. I'll just flip through a few pages in here for those that are new here. If you want to see my planning style, I'm a very functional planner. I use some of the seasonal stickers from the Erin Condren seasonal sticker book. That's where actually most of my stickers come from. And I actually sticker my planner right when I get it. So I get the seasonal sticker book from this year because her new one doesn't come out all the way till way after planners come out. So I use the one from this year to sticker the new planner that comes out. I use Academic Year from Erin Condren, and it's vertical colorful. This was starting in July and goes through the end of June. Now, mine has June in here because I did a recoil and I was switching from calendar year to academic year. And so I recoiled in my June up here. Normally, if you get academic year, it starts in July and goes through June. You can see all my stickers are done ahead of time. That way I don't have to worry about where I write anything, and I don't sit down ever and like sticker during the year. I just do that one time with the seasonal sticker book, and then I'm done for the whole year. So that is how I plan. This Erin Condren stays on my kitchen desk. It's a little desk in the corner. It stays open 24/7 there. It pretty much does not move from that spot. This is kind of like my guiding light where everything gets written down weekly. It's my weekly guiding light. It stays open, and main big events or appointments or things that just like must be done go in this top box. And then everything else can just be filtered in these other boxes. Now, my planner here doesn't get too extremely full because I use it in conjunction with a daily, which is where kind of all my lists and all the mess goes. So this just kind of keeps me on track if there's big things I want to make sure that need to stay on my list. It doesn't mean they're going to get done that week always, but it means I might get them done that week. If not, they need to be moved to the next week's list. I keep track of my high school son's A-Day and B-Days down here. I keep track a little bit of my workouts down here. I used to write the weather in here, but I kind of stopped that because I just never really needed it. I never looked in there. But it's kind of fun to have that, like, just for saving it for journaling type of purposes, because I do save my planners now. Some of you guys might ask, how do I use my one lined page per month? And I just basically write main or big events that happen down that month, or anything that I need to chronicle that month. And that just goes there kind of as the month goes on. It just collects that for me. So that's how I use those pages in between the months. I love my Erin Condren. I love the paper. It's amazing. 80-pound paper. Has a little bit of a tooth to it. It takes pens so well. And I will put that full walkthrough video down there in the description box, like I mentioned. I don't see myself leaving my Erin Condren weekly anytime soon. I love to have it out on my kitchen desk as kind of like my guide. That's where just all events go in here way far ahead of time. So I don't wait to plan the week of. When I know about events or things that are going to happen, they go in here way far ahead of time. And this planner ends in June, so that's as far ahead as I could go. But things are in here. When I recoiled my planner, I also coiled in some extra note pages, but I found, I may have used a little more than the normal that come in here. Maybe I didn't need all those extras. I will also put my recoiling video down below in the description box. It ended up being a lot harder than some recoiling videos make it look, or maybe I'm just not that gifted at this crafty type of stuff. I didn't have probably the best tools to start with, but I recoiled to be able to switch from a calendar year to an academic year. I explain all that in my recoiling video. That will be linked down below. I also changed because my rings from my old year, the year before, were smaller. They made them bigger this last year, and I like them smaller since I'm not a huge sticker person. That's another reason I love having this smaller ring on here. I don't know if I would recoil again. It's not like my favorite thing to do, and I'm not like a real crafty person, so I didn't quite enjoy that, to be honest. But okay, let's flip through my Simplified. So the main big things go in here, and as I just remember them, if there's main big things that need to happen that week, they go in here until I get to the day of. The day of, this planner goes all around the house with me. It doesn't leave my house, but it goes all around the house with me during the day, homeschooling down at the kitchen table, upstairs to my office, into my bedroom. I always grab a ring right here, flip it to whatever day I'm on, and that is like my guiding light for the day. I do write monthly events in here, even though it's not really necessary because I have them written in my Erin Condren. And also I keep an Ashley Shelley actually monthly little calendar book open out on an easel on my kitchen desk. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that because I just like to see the monthly view there, like as a whole, the big things that are going on. But since this book's by my side so much, I would find myself having to run downstairs to my desk to like look possibly at something. So I just started writing the big events in here on the months also. We will kind of flip through this. This is actually my 4th Simplified daily planner to use. And I have tried other dailies, but I almost always come back to this one. I don't leave it for that long. I have access to a lot of planners just because I review a lot of planners here on my channel. That's what my channel is about. I like to review planners for you to help you make the best decision for you and so that you're not wasting money on anything that you're not going to use. Since I do that, I have access to a lot of planners. My daily planner, I can pick up and change a lot easier because I'm basically just writing my to-do list and things for the day in there. My Erin Condren is where all those events are planned way ahead of time. I also put all those main big events in my iCal on my phone, and that is shared with my family. And that's divided into, you know, just my events are one color, and then events that I share with my family, like my teenage son, are in another color. That's in the iCal too. So I don't plan far ahead in here. I just try to wait till the day of to write my list, or really usually I write it the night before. Like I said, this is my 4th Simplified planner, and every time I've left it to try out a different daily, I always come back to it after not too long. But I left it, as you can see here, kind of in the beginning of March. I already had some events planned. I do use the Simplified sticky dots. I actually love those. They just make an event stand out. They're just little sticky dots. And I would keep those in a little pocket right up here. And I do have my sticky notes in here too. But I would keep those in the pocket. And basically, I just matched it to the color of the day. I don't have any color coding system I use. And when I put it on the month, I would just match it to the color of the month. That's just how I did it. No color coding, just so it looks nice. These just help the event stand out if it was an appointment or, you know, somewhere we have to be. So that's what the dots were for. And they're simple to put on. And since I could keep them right here in the front, it was no trouble just to stick them on as I was writing it in that day. But around this time, I wanted to try going back to a Hobonichi cousin. If you don't know about the Hobonichi, it's a Japanese planner. I played in one last year a lot, but never committed to using it for my planning. And for some reason, I got an inkling around this time that I just wanted to give it another try. This is going to be hard to explain why. I honestly can't explain why. I don't know why. I'm keeping my color coding dots in here right now. I have a full video on my Hobonichi haul. I will list that down below also in the description. So all these videos, if you want to know more, are down there. This is more than a daily planner. So this is taking the place of my Simplified Daily for right now. But as you notice, there's a couple of days I went back to my Simplified Daily. I am really missing the happy colors, the really nice paper, and just I'm used to my Simplified Daily. But I am giving this a try because my daily planner sits by me all day, like I said. It is really nice to have, they have a daily views, then you have weekly views. To have a weekly view by me to just have more of a to-do list going on, not just kind of more like the big events like my Erin Condren. And yes, a lot of these are redundant, but that's just the way I've been planning since I have access to a lot of planners and it's working for me. I've had my channel for 2 years now. And ever since then, since I've had access to a lot of planners, I have had some redundant planning like this, and people do question that, but I know a lot of other planners that use more than one planner and have the same type of thing going on. It has been nice flip to my daily list right here and then be able to check things on my week. Kind of my weekly list goes down here. That's what the drawn line is for. And kind of like things I might get done on certain days. Our events are mapped out up here. The big things, once again, kind of just like more weekly list. I've been writing the temperatures down here, which I don't really need to, and the rising and setting of the sun because I just kind of like to see how that changes every week. I've been using Simply Gilded washi tape. I do have a discount code for your first purchase there also, and that will be down in the description box. But you guys, I don't know. I'm so torn between staying in the Hobonichi and going back into my Simplified Daily. So like I said, this is taking the place of my daily only, but then once again, I'm filling in the weeks. It's just more information at my fingertips. It does take up more space than my daily sitting next to me, but it's lightweight because I got the Cousin Avec, which is only 6 months of the year at once. So it's very lightweight. I can keep my highlighters both right in here. I love these pen holders. And I'm using the Hobonichi pen right now that came with my planner and absolutely loving it. I talk a lot more about all this in my Hobonichi haul video. This part at the beginning of the planner, I'm loving. I'm actually 4 days behind here, but I'm going to go in and fill that in now that I just remembered. I'm just writing main events here, and then you will have kind of like a journaling of things you want to remember from each day from the whole entire year. I assigned each month a highlighter color, and I'm kind of keeping that highlighter color on the monthly and the weeklies so that the months stay in sync. And yes, I am rewriting my monthly stuff in here right now. It's kind of like a test. I'm trying to figure it out. You know, that's the way I decide which planner I want to stay in is I test it out. I try it out. I get a feel for it. Some planners, honestly, I try like the dailies and I could try them for 1 day and I already know I don't want to be in that planner. This one I've been in for a couple weeks now. Let's see how many weeks I've been in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this is my 5th week in here, you guys. I'm missing a lot about the Simplified Daily and I'm sure I will not be leaving it forever. But I am just, you know, I'm dabbling in the Hobonichi. I'm trying it out. I miss the paper. This is Tomei River paper, which makes it really slim and really lightweight. So this is a whole half of year of dailies, weeklies, and monthlies can fit in here, plus a few extra pages. And it's so lightweight, and it's all in here. If you're interested in the Hobonichi, definitely take a look at my Hobonichi video down there, and it will answer all your questions about pencil board and everything. The daily pages are just a line graph grid. You have a little time section here if you want to use it that way, but it's pretty open for you to use however you want to. I've been pretty much using the time over here and the to-do list kind of over here, and there's plenty of room for extra notes. But I do miss my pretty simplified daily pages. Only thing I like better about this is that it's just super lightweight, and it has my weeks in it too. So when I need to check something, I can flip here. I just flip to my monthly so easily. But I'm missing the pretty colors, the pretty paper, and the happiness that Simplified brings to me. I mean, I still have my Erin Condren, but this is the one that is by my side every day. So I'm torn, you guys. I'm torn between the magic of the Hobonichi and the beauty of the Simplified. I'm okay just sitting here in the middle. I'm just trying and testing. I'm okay being torn because I have it all here. I can switch at any point I want, and that's where I am right now. I give lots of updates on this on Instagram, so join me there if you're interested in seeing what happens as I move forward in my cousin and my Erin Condren, which is what I'm in right now. Now, Simplified just had their launch, and I did order a new daily, and I will be doing a review on their planners of their launch day. I ordered their daily and their weekly to review. Their new planner doesn't start until August. And so I'll probably be excited to move into the new one. But we will see what happens, you guys. So this Hobonichi has thrown kind of like an unexpected switch in my year. I didn't expect this. I just felt pulled. I think I ordered it in one of the very last days of February. And then I didn't start in it until maybe like the second week of March. All right, the last part of my update video is Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets. These I've talked a lot about on Instagram also. This is an intentional goal planner. It is not an agenda planner at all. This is an intentional goal planner and monitoring kind of for your goals and working through your goals for the whole entire year. I will post my full walkthrough video of this also down in the description box. This was my first year to ever use Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets. I've technically only been in them for a little over 90 days right now. We've done the first quarter, and I really have loved them. What they've done is just hold me accountable to my goals and things that I want to get done. If you don't know about Power Sheets and you want to learn more, I really recommend you watch that full video that I will link down there. But I will show you every month comes with a tending list. And this is the magic in Power Sheets to me. It's where the goals that you've worked through and all the front pages. So you go through here and you work out what you want your goals to be for the year. And all this work, you come up with your goals. I came up with only 4 main goals for the year. And in case you're not on Instagram, I will share those with you here. My 4 main goals for the year are 1 hour of family time every Sunday. And we have a little family lesson with that. And then we have like a game or just family time together. We have to spend 1 hour together off any devices. Yeah, that's harder than you might think in my family. But we have done really good at instituting that. And I honestly don't think I would have made that happen without my tending list to check off every week. Up until this point, I've never been excited to try a goal planning system. They all come in the beginning of so many planners, right? Many planners have a goal planning system, or they have the empty 12 boxes like Erin Condren, and they have the page per month that you could make into any kind of goal planning system you want to. I mean, I would write some things down there that I wanted to happen, but I wouldn't really always make them happen. And I didn't have something to look back on and hold me so accountable like the Power Sheets do. Then I wanted to clean out my entire house room by room, and I mapped out how I would do that by the end of October, because no one wants to be cleaning out in November and December, right? So I basically divided out room by room for the entire year. I'm cleaning out every drawer, every cabinet, but it's going in bite-sized chunks for the whole year. So it is very doable. And I've been following along on this, been moving along great. It's not too much the way that I divided it out for the whole year. And then to go on 2 dates a month with my husband and 1 date per month per child, per each of my sons. I have 2 sons. And that is something that I've always wanted to make happen. I never kept track of it to make sure that, I was doing it. So I'll be honest, my husband and I, since our kids are older, we would go on probably around 2 dates per month, but some months it might have been 1. Some months we might have skipped. Other months it might have been 3. Who knows? I didn't keep track of it. And those are not like big kind of dates at all. It can just be going out for fast food, which is more often than not what it is. And then going by Sprouts, grocery shopping on the way home. Like, unfortunately, that part usually gets tagged on the end because it's just a necessity on Saturdays. 1 date per month with each of my sons is not something that I was making happen enough at all. It definitely wasn't happening every month. And I have definitely noticed a difference in our relationship and just how things are going throughout the month when I make that happen. They love that time with me. It's not to go do something fancy or expensive. A lot of times it's to play a game at home or watch a movie at home, that type of thing. It doesn't even have to be out of the house, but they get minimum 1 to 2 hours of my time without me looking at my phone at all and doing whatever they choose. That's been a really great thing too. And then working on my patience, which this cannot really be measured, but with my kids, I feel like I need to be kinder. I need to have more patience. Even when I'm tired, etc., etc. In pain, I need to have patience with them. I want to be more patient with my family, with my husband and boys. So I'm working on that, and they get to judge me on that every week, because how would I judge myself? I might say I'm doing better, but let's be honest. That doesn't matter. It really matters how it's coming across to them. Those are my 4 goals for the year. As you can see, it's nothing lofty. I could definitely keep track of it on the blank page for every month that comes in between your month with the Erin Condren. I could definitely make that into a page to keep track of these 4 goals. But what these power sheets made me do was they made me work through the process of coming up with these goals. What did I want to accomplish this year? They ask you questions, they guide you through it. I take you through this whole power sheets on my video. And then every month you have some sheets that kind of set you up for the month. And I don't fill them out every month. I have in months past. March was the first month I didn't fill it out, and that's okay. I always say use a planner how it serves you best. And if I don't feel like I need to fill these out for the month, then I don't. This is a sheet that's taped in from the Get to Workbook planner because I just like the wording on it. Last month's wins, still in progress, to let go of, to think on, to work on, to complete. And that kind of wraps up the last month and then takes me into the tending list for this month. And this is what a tending list looks like when it's been kind of filled in. Because like I said, it's April 4th, so I haven't even done my wrap up of March, and I just filled this out and got started in April. In March, my goal was my husband's office, and I divided that up into the different parts. And the only part I didn't get done is the office paperwork, and I moved that to April. But so in like our file boxes, that might actually get moved to the summer. So I need to be working in his office when he's not here. And I was able to get the bulk of it done over our spring break when he was out of town. So it worked out perfect that I had that down for March. I was keeping track of how many walks I took a month because that is like mental health. I work out every morning at the gym, but walks outside when I can fit those in, just on more like a leisurely a walk. That is a great mental and emotional thing for me. So I was just putting a check mark, and walks with my son, I was putting check marks just for fun. That wasn't one of my goals, but just to keep track of on here how many I did that month. Here I kept track of our dates, and I even did more than 1 date with each kid this month, although I only got 1 date with my husband. He was out of town some, and it just didn't work out. I was monitoring. I was trying to have less Coke Zero. Well, I did go a couple weeks at the beginning of the year without any, but then I went through a spell where I said, you know what? I don't care. Yeah, it's kind of like a crutch and a really something that I love. And I'm not ready to devote myself to that right now is what it comes down to. So I kind of just decided that No, I'm not keeping track of that. Now, if you'll notice, I don't keep track of a lot of daily items and habits down here, which they have room for. And that is simply because the things I do every day, I don't need to mark down like for my motivation. I go to the gym 5 days a week. I do scripture study 5 days a week minimum. I write in my journal every night. Those type of things I don't need to keep track of on here because I just don't need to. So I'm not the type of person that keeps track of stuff just for the sake of keeping track of stuff and seeing checks and seeing more things on here. I am fine with mine being more sparse. Every line is not filled in. And this month I won't have any daily action items habits for daily. I'm not great at tracking daily habits anyway, but I am someone who, if I commit to a daily habit, I make it happen and I do it, and I don't need to have tracking. Every personality type needs something different. I appreciate that the tending list is perforated, so you can pull it out and put it in a pocket of another planner or on a clipboard or down in the kitchen, wherever you want it, and then you can tape it back in. That's why you have a blank page here where I taped this from the Get to Work book. And so every month you have a tending list plus a couple other pages, and they have goal refreshes kind of throughout the year. I've really been enjoying my power sheets for the goals that it helped me to come up with, you know, what is really important to me, and then for following through on those every month. I love the monthly tending list, and I think it will be really fulfilling to look back at these tending lists at the end of the year and to see what I accomplished for the whole year, and to also just see how each month went. Like, it'll be a really nice journaling of the month. All right, guys, that's it. That's my Q1 wrap up for my planning, what's going on, and my power sheets, how I'm doing. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear any comments that you have down below or questions. Join me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Happy planning, guys.